Hey guys, Total MK fan here, and finally a video about Disventure Camp, and today is a ranking video. But unlike other videos, I'm not going to rank the cast of the All-Star season. In fact, I'm going to rank the non-All-Stars characters from worst to best. And this is just going to be my opinion, but I'll try to be at least a bit critical. Not promises here. Well, let's start this garbage video that probably is going to flop. Starting with the worst non-all-star, and that's also the worst Disventure Camp boy in my opinion. Of course I'm talking about the cowardly giant. Well, I don't have a lot to say about him because he was the first boot of season 1. But the things he did while he was there were already enough for me to think that. He started as the friendly basic giant, nothing original. He helped the others with the luggage and had small interaction with them. But yeah, just the basic. Then he and Ashley go look for food. They have a talk. Before that, he was having a panic attack just because he was in the forest imagining all horrible things that could happen. I know this is kinda normal, but still annoying. Also, I think the intention of the scene was to start their friendship, that as this is okay, not the best, but at least is watchable. After that, he and Ashley join Lill's alliance. After that, at the challenge, besides being confused about why Fiora is in the game, he gets knocked out like the easiest way ever, doing nothing in the rest of the challenge. And in the final scene, he has a little moment with Ashley that I think was supposed to be romantic, but was just planned she would act like this with anyone, so nothing special in my vision. Next step, more panic attacks and cowardanes, but Fiora slaps him and makes him finish the fucking challenge. He tries to convince Fiora hurt him, but of course no one believed it. And even though they saw that he would be eliminated anyway because he's a useless coward, he gets eliminated, and besides Lill and Ashley, no one cares. Not even the viewers care. He was just an annoying coward. Thank God the writers noticed and eliminated him early. For real, he is just the most cowardly guy on the show. That makes him be annoying, and somehow managed to be Ashley's boyfriend. Like how? They had zero chemistry, and everything happened off screen like they had nothing to make him memorable. So they did that. So he is the most annoying and least memorable of the non-all-stars. And if you think he should be one, you have some mental problems. Okay, now this will be a controversial opinion, but I think this is normal in my channel. Well, the next character is the old annoying lady Lill. Yeah, I really don't like her, and here are the motives. Since her first scene, I wasn't a fan of her because of her voice. I'm not disrespecting the voice actress, but Lill's voice is so boring and without emotion. And I'm not kidding, whenever she talks, I almost sleep. Another problem she has is that if she tries to do something, it's going to go wrong. She tries to make a strong alliance, but Fiora destroys that. She tries to be friends with Nick, but Fiora destroys this again. She tries to make Ellie vote for Fiora, but it doesn't work because no one would be ally of a boring, unlucky lady. And I can't forget to comment that she's also forgettable. Like she has no iconic scenes besides her elimination or alliance that everyone remembers. She's a waste of time and completely useless. The only thing I can say positive about her is that she's good at challenges, but not a big thing because a lot of contestants are. Also, she noticed Fiora weird intelligence for a kid, but besides Ashley, no one believed it or cared. Also, she tried to be a leader, but it didn't last long because of the demon child, and I can't say she had a bad strategy. The way she managed to do was really bad, and if she wanted to keep her alliance, she should have worked harder. Her elimination was really satisfying for me, and if she was an all-stars, it would be a waste of space. Thank God they chose Ashley and not her. Well, continuing the characters I dislike. Now we are going to talk about the Eva 2.0 and waste of comeback and super annoying. She was since the start an angry woman that gets pissed about anything or anyone, and that also complains about every single thing. And she also hates everyone and doesn't tolerate them even. At least she's competent and good at challenges and wasn't eliminated at first because of that. But in EP2 she appears and reveals something that makes her unique. She likes and cares about animals, and she appears helping an alligator because he was injured. Also, she has a talk with Aiden, and their interactions here are enjoyable. They lost the challenge, and because of that, and also don't trust the other girls, and James said she and Eden decided to vote for one of them, she was eliminated. But she said she would get her revenge one day. She returns in the horror episode as the murderer. She manages to kill the others, but not real, just with a tranquilizer, and because of that she returns, and she could have been a good villain cause of her revenge and personality. Next episode, she has some interactions with Rhea that kinda made her have some ideas about the game, and she also tried to get her revenge. Also didn't work, and all because she got injured and broke her leg, so she was auto-eliminated. So total waste of my and others' time. Look, I know people don't like her, and I also don't, but if she had the screen time like Rhea had, she would be a great villain, and would make way more sense because she had the personality, strategy, way to manipulate, and motive since the start, and would be way better, and would make her come back way more worth it. And I would enjoy that because Rhea would be a consistent character and Carol a great villain, and would have way better ideas for plots because of her love for animals, and we wouldn't have to deal with Rhea or Connor in All Stars. But this didn't happen, so she's a waste of character in my opinion. Now talking about the characters at once, because they are so bland, boring, and whatever that there's not too much to say about them. Also, they are a couple, so it makes sense to talk about them together. Yes, it's Maggie and Kai, the nature couple, that accomplished the status of the most boring and forgettable Disventure camp characters and couple of all. Starting with Kai, the only iconic and memorable moment he has is when he roasts y'all because he insulted Maggie. It is a cool scene, but for me this aged a bit poorly because we saw so many characters do that, and way better. This was just a Lindsay moment copy basically. And also this causes his elimination being the third boot, without doing basically nothing besides interacting with Maggie and having this rivalry with Lill that wasn't that interesting. Guys, come on. This show has so many great characters, but Kai isn't one. But he also doesn't do anything wrong or annoying, so I can say he's bad either, so he's nothing. He has some funny lines, but other characters are way more funny and memorable than him. He's nice, but others are also and do this way better than him too. And not to mention, after his elimination, he decided to live in the woods, causing a plot that went to nowhere besides helping Oliver. Now talking about his girlfriend Maggie, if Kai has one iconic moment, she has none. Literally, even the moments that were made to be remembered we forget, because she has nothing special besides her design that is not that much in my opinion. She's just a girl with confidence problems, and that's constantly being bullied by Lill. She solves everything just by meeting Kai, Lake, and Rosa, and they nice to her makes her feel better and more confident about herself, but I really don't care. She also punches Lill in the face, but whatever she could have made worse, she goes to the forest with Kai, and besides changing the outfit, they do nothing besides random ritual things or wild. I really don't understand. They were probably getting high, just that. And if you think about this, is kinda weird. To people alone in the woods, I'm not going to think too much. And that's it, there's not too much to say about them. I mean, besides their romance, that's just bland. They just high on this list because I don't dislike them. But I don't like them either, so congratulations, bland couple. At least the other three make me have a reaction. Now let's talk about fourth place, and it's a character that's kinda complicated. And at this point, you all might know who I'm talking about, mates. Well, it's Nick, and it is really hard to have an opinion about him. I mean a definitive one, because in one hand, he's funny and had potential, but in the other, he was really useless at challenges and had some annoying moments. As we see, he doesn't like to do too much effort like carrying his luggage or rowing, and was really bothered by Gabby's behavior in the first EP. And as I said before, he had a friendship with Lill, and he said to her that he has overprotective parents, so he never went camping before and still lives with them. And as we see, he had an argument with them. This could have been a good character development for him and make him an interesting character. But this is mentioned just in this scene, never again. That was a big waste of plot in my opinion. And after losing the challenge on episode 2, he is really annoyed cause of Will making them lose the challenge and cowardness, and what Fiora said too. and he was also annoyed because Lill stayed on Will's side. He voted against his alliance that could have turned into a plot after like a betrayal in the alliance and he doing everything to not be caught, but again they decide not to do that. After Fiora burns her things and puts the blame on Lill, Nick gets furious about it, believing she did that and also wanting to vote for her. And he just thinks that because Lill probably was mad because they didn't vote with her, but of course it was a lie, and in the rest of the EP he does nothing besides losing the challenge. But he was eliminated because he was being useless and Alec couldn't stand him, being eliminated in a kinda annoying way because his reaction was not a good one. In my opinion, he was a wasted potential. We had his problem with his parents, the alliance, his friendship with Lill, but everything was thrown in the trash. He could have had great plots and a development, but they decided to do nothing with him. That's also one of the reasons I think he could have been an all-stars. There was so much to do with his character. But if you're not Rhea, you definitely are not getting anything in this show. Maybe he returns one day and has a good development, but unfortunately I don't think so. Talking about the characters at once again, because there is not too much to say about them even though I like these characters a lot. I'm talking about the purple guy and silent guy, Dan and Drew. Starting with Drew. He didn't do much in the season, he was just there being, in my opinion, adorable. I love that he's silent, but instead of just existing, he writes what he's thinking is a good character trait for him. And even though he didn't do much, he had his moments, like his friendship with Gabby. That was great. If he stayed a little longer, they could have been one of the best on the show. His elimination was sad, but I understand there wasn't too much to do with him. I know there's not too much to say about him, but that's why he's great, because the little moments he had and the friendship with Gabby were enough for me to like him, and not to mention he is one of the most unique Disventure camp characters. Now Dan, a thing I like about him is that he's always questioning things. If it is a challenge or contestants' attitudes, he's always questioning, and this is an interesting character trait. Not to mention that he was one of the first characters to start an alliance on the teal team, even though it didn't work well cause of Gret and Tom. And there's also his friendship with Gabby that started well, but unfortunately it didn't end well, and it's not his fault, it's a voting game, so he wasn't wrong. But you know how people are, one vote for them is like a death threat. After Drew's elimination, he seemed really annoyed about that because someone betrayed the boys' alliance. But he doesn't do too much about it, just stop trusting them. They could have done a plot with that, but no, they just made him not trust the boys. He tried to apologize to Gabby, but the first time didn't work because she was sad that he voted for her. Miriam manages to make them be friends again, but everything goes down a hill because Ellie joins the team and they want to eliminate her, but Gabby doesn't want her girlfriend to be eliminated, so she uses her totem, and cause of that Dan is eliminated. Just like Drew, Dan wasn't well used because they didn't have too much to do with him. But I still like him because of his personality that isn't too much. He is smart, nice, and tries to do strategies, but not the best at this or the worst. He is in the middle, but the way it's done, it doesn't make him bland, it actually makes him good. Kinda a comfort character. Well, he and Drew are high in the list because I like them, and are characters that aren't annoying in any moment in my opinion. Now the number one, that was kinda obvious, everyone would rank her as the best non-all-star, especially because when it was revealed she wasn't there, people, me included, were really mad. And with a reason, because Connor is an all-stars, but she isn't, at least the writers, to give an explanation. But okay, enough wasting time, I'm obviously talking about Rosa Maria. She was a nice character, getting along with everyone, especially with Lake. Because from the start she noticed something was wrong, and it definitely was because Lake's parents are awful. She was also the only character of that season that was revealed to have a daughter. Even though she is young, that includes more interesting things about her, and makes her be her team's mom way better. Also, she was one of those who really interacted with Maggie, and she was really nice to her, helping her a lot with her problems. But in the 4th episode she ends up switching teams, being the only non-all-stars to do that. More one point of interesting for her. She became Ria's friend because she noticed she was alone and needed one. She promised to be on her side as an allying friend, and they were good together. I like their friendship. I mean, before Ria's stupid villain plot. Another important thing is that she was the one that found the immunity totem of the season, giving Gare a lot of power in the game. But we know what happened. Also, this makes her the only non-all-star to find one. Later in the same episode, Lake is eliminated because Ria betrayed the alliance, making Rose a friend of a traitor. She also helps Hunter with his problems involving the whole Ellie situation, even though they never talked before, and even tries to help him because she thought everyone haunting Hunter in the challenge was unfair. And yes, I noticed say haunting Hunter is weird. After that remakes, everyone thinks that Rosa was a stealer just to eliminate her in the worst way possible. She also stole Rosa's totem. But of course Rosa doesn't go quite and say some really great things before go.
I just want to say that I'm living with a clear conscience. I'll play fair, I did the right thing, helped everyone I could, and didn't steal anything. I know who I am not a thief. Didn't steal anything.
I know, Rosa. It was me.
What? But how?
I stole Jane's phone and put it in your backpack, along with my perfume. I also took your immunity totem.
You did all that? Did you frame me? Did you make me look like a thief in front of everyone?
I was acting, Rosa. The boys didn't doubt it for a second.
Ria, why did you do this to me?
We can betray each other inside the game and still be friends outside of it. Just like you betrayed the Alliance by spoiling the plan to Hunter. These are things that happen in this game.
The problem isn't the game, it is you, Ria. You let the competition change you. You may win the million, but you will be alone again.
Come on, Rosa. Don't be mad.
I am not mad. I am disappointed.
Even though I was sad when she was eliminated, seeing her saying those things was great. And in the finale, she is James' helper even though he was a jerk with her, because she doesn't like to see people having a bad time. Not to mention she helped Ria save her life after everything she did. Give her the status of the nicest character of the season, even though I would prefer Ria die. And after all that, James split his money with Rosa because she was the only one that helped him. And it was deserved because she helped everyone even who didn't deserve. She also has a daughter, so it would help a lot the money. So to finally finish this ranking, Rosa is the best non-all-star character and the nicest season to character, had a lot of important plots with Ria and Lake, and helped almost everyone there like Hunter, James, Lake, and Maggie. And she also had a lot of motives to participate all stars because she still had a plot with Ria, and with her, there maybe she could help Connor with that. And she also has a daughter, and $3 million would help a lot because kids are really expensive. It was a waste of potential she's not being there, but at least we have her moments in season 2, and she's the best Disventure Camp Nong all-star character in my opinion. Well, that's it for today guys, goodbye. Also there is a scene